You know, a tight end I really enjoyed watching this year was the Indianapolis Colts rookie, Tyler Warren from Penn State, dude. This guy was so good for the Indianapolis Colts. And they were extremely creative with how they used him, bro. But I'm like, damn, they're really showing off how good he really could be. So you see right here, bro, this kind of just shows off like his like depths per target, like wherever on the field. And I mean, look at this, dude. Right here, 34 targets right there in the middle. And that's about like that's below between 5-10 yards. And you'll see in some of these clips, man, like he's really good at recognizing where the zone coverage is and just like sitting in a soft spot or like flying past the linebacker, getting right in back of the linebacker. You know what I mean? Like he's just really good at that. But I mean, he's graded out like really good everywhere, man. Look at this. Wow, like blue, 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 blue. Got some green right there, a little bit of yellow right there, but that doesn't tell the entire story, right? That's a little nugget that Pro Football Focus will give you. So you see right here, he had he got close to 1,000 yards receiving, bro. 817, 4 touchdowns, 10.8 yards per reception. And they were using him everywhere. That's something that I love about Steichen. I'm just a big Steichen fan, bro. But let's hop straight into the film. So you see him right here. Looks like the Colts are coming out of shotgun. Looks like they're in 12 personnel. So we got 2 tight ends with Warren right out the left tackle. Let's see what we get on this play from him. And I mean, look at that. He's gonna hit he's basically gonna come out and he basically ran like a running back concept. So look at this. He runs up, hits the out, and then a little bit of a wheel. And look at him just like they kind of lose him in coverage, honestly, right here. Look at this. He does a really good job kind of getting out into the flat, sees this defensive back, his hips are turned, kind of hits the sidelines, gives Daniel Jones a really easy spot to throw to him, lays it on him, and look at that. Boom. Big completion. Goes up, grabs the ball. Look at that. Ball's coming. Goes up, gets that thing. Boop, extended, boom, gets a hit on the backside, but it just did not matter, bro. He did a really good job of locating that, and Daniel Jones did a really good job of throwing that. All right, then on this play, looks like I'm pretty sure the Broncos are in some type of zone coverage. Looks like Indy's coming out of pistol with the 11 personnel. We got Warren in the backfield with the running back. Twins formation down here in the bottom. But watch this route that he's gonna run. He's gonna run literally right up the gut of the offensive line and defensive line, and then he's just gonna hit a crosser, gets in the backside of these linebackers. Look at this, and you see him right here. At this point, it is too late. He's on the backside, and I just think it's an interesting route, right? Like he's gonna run straight up the seam, then just hit like a crosser right here, and look how much space is right there. I mean, Daniel Jones lays it right on him, and he is wide ass open. I absolutely love that concept of putting him in the backfield, straight up the gut, past the linebackers. Look at this. And then it's just all acceleration and timing. Daniel Jones lays it on him, gets upfield for a massive gain. Look at that. Boom. Okay, then we have this play. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun. Looks like we got a trips. Tyler Warren right off the left tackle right here up against the Rams. Let's see what we're going to get on this play. And he's going to do a little bit of a post corner, right? But I thought it was a little bit interesting. So you're going to see him run this post corner. These wide receivers right here, they're just going to basically clear out, right? So they're going to clear out the defense. We got the post right here. Then we got this other post right here. So just like a level, you know what I mean? Like we got inside. We got an outside post. And watch him run this post corner. So you see right there. And he kind of mogs down, dude, right? Like he's not running full speed. And I mean, look at that. You got two defensive backs. Sometimes in those zone coverages, you got to find that little soft spot, just kind of slow down. I kind of feel like that's what we were getting from Tyler Warren right here. So it was a really smart move on his end, right? If he's running this fully vert, he pushes this fully vert, this defensive back maybe is able to make a play on that. But as a result of him slowing down and just giving the quarterback, a really nice, easy location, it's wide open, and it's a pretty big completion. Look at that. Boom. And now they're down in the red zone. All right, on this play, looks like they're coming out of shotgun up against the Raiders. Got twins on each side. Tyler Warren on the inside right here. Let's see what happens on this play. And straight up the seam, right away, right? Look at that. That's just a really good route concept. Look at that. Straight past the linebacker. And by the time, I don't even know how those Raiders defenders didn't even notice. Like, look at that. There is a wide ass open empty void right here. And Tyler Warren, wide open. QB lays it on him, gets upfield. Boom. It's going to take a couple guys to bring this dude down. Look at that. Too easy. Too easy. And like I said earlier, Steichen did a really good job of getting Tyler Warren open on a lot of plays, bro. Just aside from him being a like baller in the tight end position, his coach also knew how to get him, you know, put him in a really good situation so he could get some easy targets along with some hard targets with small windows, right? Because you're not always going to get those easy targets. All right, on this play, looks like they're coming out of single back with the 11 personnel. You see Tyler Warren up at the top right there off the left tackle. Let's see what he does in this play. And look at that rip, bro. Really good block. And I mean, he sold it. He sold it really well too, right? So they're going to hit the screen. But he did a really good job of just like holding on for just long enough up against this DM. Look at this. Right up at the top right here. Boom. Boom. And then just boom. Swims him to the side. Quarterback lays it right on him. Look at that. Open field. Really good timing. And with those, you know, on those screens are a timing type of play. You can't just like go right out into the flat, you know what I mean? Or like right behind the offensive line. I know it's a little bit different sometimes with tight ends compared to a running back running a screen, but it's something that you have to run with really good timing. And I thought that he did a really good job of just like selling this screen with the way he was blocking me, because it was a pretty aggressive block on this defensive end up at the top right here. Look at this. Rips him to the side. Quarterback lays it on him, gets upfield, has the blocks, then it's off to the races. And I absolutely love when these offensive players do a really good job of just like selling something else, and then you see something else happening and it's like, oh shit, it's too late. Defense is trying to make a play and it's like, off to the races. Big plays already happened. All right, let's see what we get on this play. Looks like Indy's coming out of the empty set. We got a 2-3 look. Trips down here at the bottom with Tyler Warren on the inside right there. Twins up at the top. No protection back there for the quarterback. Let's see what happens on this play. And I mean, he's going to hit like an 8-yard slant. That was clean. That was clean. Really good timing. I mean, look at that break. Boom, inside. Create a little bit of separation from the defensive back. Gave his quarterback a really easy option to throw to. Look at that. Boom. Wide open. Like at this point right here, he's open. And, you know, the throw was a little bit later, but still really good throw. Really good route. Too easy. Moving the sticks, bro. All right. And on this play up against the Los Angeles Rams, looks like they're coming out of shotgun. We're the 11 personnel. We got twins up at the top with the single wide receiver down here at the bottom. So 2-1 look. Tyler Warren right off the left tackle here. What's he going to do on this play? And look at that. Hits the seam in between the defensive back and linebacker. Goes up, gets the ball. Look at that. Right here. He knows it's open. He knows he's about to take a hit too. And he just honestly absorbed it. Look at that. And it wasn't the hardest hit, but man, when you have a linebacker in front of you and you have a defensive back on the backside, makes some guys get a little bit squirmish, right? And they end up dropping the pass, but that's not what Tyler Warren does right here. Runs a really clean route. Quarterback lays it on him. Look at that. And I cannot rant and rave enough about Shane Steichen getting this guy the ball in a lot of these scenarios. All right, on this play up against the Tennessee Titans, looks like they're coming out of shotgun again. 2-1 look. 11 personnel. We got Tyler Warren right off the left tackle right here. Let's see what we get on this play. Ooh, that was tough. That was tough. That was a tough catch. So you're going to see these wide receivers right here. They're basically just going to clear out a lot of space for Tyler Warren. And watch this. So he does have space, right? This defensive back is closing in on him. And I'm sure he knows that too. But look at him go up and grab this catch. That's tough. Like, for him to even hold on to that was tough. Look at that. He's there right in timing. Boom. DB tries to play the hands too, but it just did not matter. He's too strong, too physical, goes up and grabs that catch, brings it down. That's another play, bro. They're moving the sticks. They're moving the sticks. All right, on this play out of shotgun, looks like we got a 2-1 look. Again, 11 personnel. Him lined up right off of the right tackle. Let's see what he can do on this play. Oh, another one where he's going to do a screen. And look at that. He sold it really well. And look at that. Wide open space. Gets upfield. Let's watch this again. Gets the DN. Rips him past. He's like, you don't matter. Gets upfield. Has 2 blockers. And he, for a tight end, he's pretty good at accelerating too. Like he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's pretty, he can get downfield pretty quick. Look at that. Gets upfield. Big play. And honestly, when it comes to tight ends, they don't have to be the fastest guy in the world, right? Like we see some tight ends that are just absolute freak athletes. And I think Tyler Warren is a really good tight end. I don't consider him a freak athlete, but let's be real. Some of the best tight ends that we've seen in the game are insane athletes. And I just think you look at his game, how big he is, with just how good he runs the route tree, everything on the route tree. Shane Steichen could put him in the backfield with just how smart he is against zone coverage, along with some of the plays that you see him in man. I'm like, dude, the Indianapolis Colts have a good tight end. And I mean, with the trading of Michael Pittman, we'll see what they do with the wide receiver position. But Tyler Warren could be in for a massive, and I mean massive year this upcoming year for the Indianapolis Colts, especially if Daniel Jones is healthy. But I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you guys think about Tyler Warren this past year and this upcoming year, just kind of his expectations, right? Be sure to drop it down in the comments. Let me know. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy, hit the bell notifications. All we do is talk football here. Appreciate you watching it. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I am outie. Deuces.